Welcome to the bunker. It's Thursday, the 26th of March, over here in the Moselle Valley. Welcome to Thursday, and again, another beautiful day. It's crystal clear blue sky, no planes, no jet trails. Life is good, fantastic here on lockdown. And I can see now that obviously the UK is now on lockdown, and rightly so, and they're following through now, a couple of weeks behind the rest of Europe. But I saw one of my mates over in the UK, and she said, I'm paraphrasing now. Basically, she said, this lockdown, she said, look, I don't mind being married to him, but I really don't want to live with him as well. I think he's showing up some potential cracks and strains in relationships. And relationships are going to have to adapt and change. One of my colleagues over in Luxembourg was telling me yesterday that they expect a baby boom around about Christmas time because there's not a lot to do, that sort of thing sometimes. But also, there's going to be maybe a spike in the divorce rate as well, and maybe the separation rate, and even more or equally more disturbingly, there has been an increase in domestic violence reported as well. So, being in lockdown is all good fun, it's all good stuff, but we do have to be aware and take care and make adjustments. And we are under pressure. And if you get stuck, if you feel the tension rising, reach out, get some help. There are plenty of people out there that can help you with support and guidance and ideas. But this pressure cooker can be tough. So if you are under that sort of pressure, reach out. If you need to call Samaritans, I'm sure they're still operating, but there are people that are around as well. So please, under that level of pressure and stress, reach out, get some help, find somebody to talk to, and get the help that you need. So, how's it going over here in France? Well, it's good. It's great. We're going to go to the shops tomorrow, stock up. That'll be the second time in 2 weeks. And we've got another form to fill in now to put the time we leave the house as well as the date. That's all good. I think I'm going to go tomorrow morning and just stock up on things. But apart from that, yeah, we're okay. And I'm seeing a lot of people in business out there struggling, having a tough time of it. And it was tough for everybody. But a lot of people are adapting. They're changing. They're doing things. And I've been really impressed with the way that some people have just dug in, got on with it, changed. They've done whatever they can, moving real quick in changing their businesses from being actual face-to-face businesses to virtual video-based or online businesses. And it's working. Their clients and students are staying with them, and they're looking forward to the future. So there is some good news out there as well. If you think back to, I don't know, maybe November, December last year, when you did your budget and your forecast and your cash flow and your KPIs, and we all sat there quite smug going, you know what, 2020 is going to be great. I've got it all laid out. I've got budget, forecast, Q1 looks great. My 90-day sprint is done. Sales, KPIs, all got it nailed. It was okay. And we launched into January, and it was a pretty good start. I think everybody had a pretty good start to the year. And I know we did. We had a great start to the year. And February was booked and building up. It was growing. We had future bookings coming through. And then so about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, 3 weeks ago, and then nature comes along and went, boff. No, you don't. We're not doing that. We're not playing that game. And we went, uh-oh. And then we just had to shred all our plans and visions and goals and targets and KPIs and that sort of thing. And nature can do that. And one of the things we've got to remember is that this uncertainty, this risk that there's now hit us with this coronavirus or COVID-19, it's always been there. It's always been there, but we choose to paper over the risk with these documents of dreams and goals and forecasts and budgets and cash flow. And we pretend that by layering over this risk with these documents of certainty, that it's going to be okay. But certainty is a myth. It just is. And I've seen this in my life and my career. I've got more grey hairs than many people watching this video, I think. And sometimes it's good to have a plan and a goal and a vision, a target, absolutely. But too many businesses, in my experience, what they do, they put this plan together and they have absolute certainty and belief in it. And this, the personal development world's got a lot to answer for here. Certainty and belief and confidence, and we're going to go for it. All good stuff. But literally, they bet the farm on it. If they don't achieve these targets and goals, the business is weakened. It's not a case of the growth is icing on the cake. The growth is what pays the bills. The growth is what delivers the actual profitability. And when anything happens that disturbs the force, that can happen anytime, if you like, then any disturbance in the force, there's no resilience in these companies. They're so focused on growth. All the resources are put towards growth and sales and margins and profits. And very few of the resources are put into reserves, resilience, flexibility, and any degree of redundancy on the balance sheet. So when unexpected circumstances come along, whatever it is, then they get wiped out. And tragically, that's what's happening now. These are extraordinary circumstances that we've got to deal with. And I'm not suggesting anybody could have predicted this or can trade through happily. It's going to affect everybody. But the same message applies. You look at any disturbance, whether it's the oil prices go up or down or sideways, or interest rates move, or whatever it is, if those disturbances in the force would knock your business over, then there's something wrong. We had to have more resilience there. Maybe one of the lessons we can learn from this is to be more resilient in our businesses, have stronger balance sheets, have a higher degree of sensitivity that we can move and flex a percentage of sales. What would happen if we drop by 25% in sales, for example? Can we survive that? Well, we've got to be able to do that because this mythical certainty we've built around ourselves has been shown now, I think, to be, well, mythical. It's not true. We choose to create this thing and we're certain about it, but actually it's not, because nature can come along and wipe us out. So I think there are some interesting lessons to take from this. And I've seen, I'm treating this as like a yellow card to not just to business people, but to society. This is a warning that we've got to change the way we behave, the way we live, the way we act, the way we work. And there are no cars on the road here at all, and there's no planes in the sky. And people are still working. Everything's okay. We're all right. Well, why would we go back to it? This long commute and filthy skies and clouds made from plane contrails and all this sort of thing. It's mad. It's insane when you think about it. Why would we go back to it? So we can probably learn from this and take some lessons away, I think. But I think what we do need to learn, for all of us, is some key lessons. And the first thing is that don't run our companies too lean. This lean philosophy all makes sense in terms of fitness and efficiency and productivity, all good things. But too lean, if you've got just-in-time supplies and a very lean approach to everything, you have no slack in the system and no cash reserves and no resilience on the balance sheet, you are open to infection as a business, literally. But we can build a defense around that and build a more resilient balance sheet, have more contingency in place. And it's not like it's a plan for the worst. You can never do that, but at least have some resilience there so we can accept and adapt and dance with the market a little bit more, if you like. And I think the market's going to get worse before it gets better right now. And even when we're allowed out of the bunker again, it's going to take a little bit of time to get back up again into 100% mode. And we're going to be okay. We're going to get through it. Lots of support there, and rightly so. But for future lessons, maybe a bit more resilience on the balance sheet would be a good thing. I think we need to also understand that budgets, stop calling them budgets and forecasts and goals, and just call them best guesses. That's all they are. It's a best guess. This is what we're hoping for. This is what we think is going to happen. Based on what we know now, this is what we think is going to happen. But of course, we might know what's going to happen today, but can you predict tomorrow? I think if anything in the last 2 or 3 weeks has taught us is that things change every hour, every day, and it can change like that. We can't predict. And that doesn't mean we shouldn't have plans and forecasts. What it means is we shouldn't be focused on them 100%, and such that if we don't hit that goal and forecast, everything crumbles. We've got to realize these are hope documents, and they just paper over the uncertainty. It's a mythical certainty we're building for ourselves. So just be aware that because we sign it off and give it to the board, doesn't mean it's guaranteed. I mean, there's no budget going to be hitting Q2, I don't think, for most of us anyway. So lesson number 2, I think, realize that these things are not cast in stone. And also, what's important? What is important to us? I'm speaking to lots of people. Obviously, we do anyway from an office in Luxembourg. I'm doing it from here in France for the next few weeks. Is people I'm speaking with on video and Skype and this sort of thing. I'm speaking to CEOs. I was speaking to a guy yesterday. I'm not going to mention who he is, and he sat there. The best place he can get internet in his home is in his daughter's bedroom. So he sat there with his laptop on his screen on the desk, and behind him while he's talking to me, we've got My Little Pony, we've got all these posters, and there's teddies and toys and things like that. And he sat there, and he's not in his suit, he's not in his power suit, he's navy blue suit, white shirt, red tie, and that sort of thing. He sat there in a sweat top, and he's just talking away, natural and a much more human person. And I think that's something else we've learned. We don't need all these brands and badges. Nobody's missed Versace. Nobody's missed Gucci or the Louboutin shoes. I guarantee, well, I think I can guarantee that anybody out there, any of the women out there using Skype and video now, and they're working from home with the kids and with the husband and all this sort of thing, they're not sat there in the Louboutin shoes. I guarantee they're not. They're sat there in sneakers and trainers and shorts and a t-shirt and trying to juggle everything, and everybody's doing the same sort of thing. And this is what is important, is what we do that is important, not the brands that we wear. People aren't really interested in what you wear. In fact, on videos, they can't see it anyway. All they can see is the top half. I mean, below here, it's all fishnets and suspenders and lycra, I guarantee it, which is not a particularly good look, but hey, you can't see it, so I don't really care. But things are, we're not going to miss those things. We're not going to miss them at all. Don't bring them back. Nobody needs it. The most important things we're realizing now in our lives are connection with family, with friends, socializing, because we can't do it anymore. Just having a coffee. I said to one of my guys yesterday, when this is all over, when we can crawl out of our bunkers, what's the first thing you're going to do? What are you going to do first? And he said, I'm going to go to the pub for a beer with my mates. And it's like, wow, great, good for you. And if anybody's seen the movie, I think that's a 1950s movie, Ice Cold in Alex, you'll realize how attractive the first beer can be when these guys are going to the desert but crawling out of the bunker. But he wasn't going to go and buy a Ferrari or buy a branded watch or anything like that. He wanted to go and meet his mates and share a beer and celebrate life. And that's what it really is. Nobody needs all these brands. And also we've recognized, I think, that the most important people in our lives are our family, our friends, our connections. But it's not the CEOs. It's not the billionaires. It's not the celebrities, the sports people. We don't need them. Just keep them out of the way. The film stars, irrelevant. The most important people to us right now are maybe some of the lowest paid people. These are the nurses, the doctors, the security services, the police, the delivery drivers, the refuse collectors, the cleaners. These are the people that are keeping us safe. And those are the people we need to give our respect and gratitude to. And when this is over, we don't go back to paying homage to the millionaires and billionaires, and we just forget all that and go, you know what, these are the people that we really need to be treating with trust and respect and humanity, and reward them accordingly and recognize them, have some gratitude for them. And I think finally that if you look at this bug, this COVID-19 coronavirus bug thing, it's invisible to us. It's a microscopic virus thing. And this is what is affecting us right now. And all the money that we've spent on rockets and guns and nuclear warheads and ballistic missiles and ships and planes and stealth bombs and rockets that can't protect us from this. It can't protect us from this. This has come in literally under the radar. We're self-infecting with this and we're having to lock ourselves down. And it does make me wonder, at least, well, all this money we've invested in these rockets and guns. Now, I guess I'm a weapons engineer by background. I know that there's a need for defensive weapons. Absolutely, we need to be able to defend ourselves, because unfortunately the human race is a psychotic race and we do to attack each other and that type of thing. We need to be able to defend ourselves. But look at the amount of destructive force that is in silos over in Siberia or in the US or in submarines going around the world right now. We can sort of wipe ourselves out 200 times. It's mad, it's insane, it's crazy. So maybe we should stand back and go, you know what, rather than building more destructive nuclear bombs and rockets, we should be looking to invest in ourselves, our health and well-being, and look after the people and protect ourselves from what can come again, because this is our first yellow card. Now, in life and sports, you only get two, then it's red card. I don't know what the second yellow card is going to be. Hopefully we don't have one. But the benefit out of changing our approach, our beliefs and our mindset can be we live better, we're safer, we're happier. 2 weeks ago, people were unhappy in their jobs. Now they're unhappy at home now as well, but they're unhappy in their jobs. Why would we go back to that? So we can change, we can adapt, and use it as an excuse to make some positive changes. And then we can avoid the second yellow card. What the second yellow card will be, we don't know. We've got no idea what it could be. It could be another bug. It could be anything. It could be human-made as well. But we don't know. But it's certainly going to be there unless we change. And all the indicators have been there, from environmental impact to global warming and change of the ocean levels and the ice caps. Every indication has been there, and it's built up to this. And now nature's gone, right, you lot, you need to listen. bang, we're going to do this now. And this is not the first coronavirus. There's been several of them. Apparently, I'm not medically qualified. This is another strain of the same thing that has been around for, it's been before, and it may come again. We need to be aware that when this is over, it may come back, and that's not a threat. It's just a reality check. So we do need to change, treat it as a first yellow card, and avoid the second yellow card, I think, because after the second yellow card, we don't get another chance. It's a red card, and away we go. We're done. So I should get a soapbox, shouldn't I, to stand on for this one, really? But it's something I feel quite passionate about, that we do have to learn from this thing. People are struggling, and we should learn from it so it doesn't happen again. But there is an opportunity for change. We do have an opportunity to change how we work, how we live. When we crawl out of our bunkers, we can just go, you know what? The control is with us now, with the people. And we can make these changes that we should be making as well. And let's keep the clear skies. We don't need to fly on. You don't need to fly to your skiing holiday every year or your stag weekend in Croatia. It's ridiculous. It's insane. We don't need to do it. We should stop it immediately. So if I was in charge, that's what we do. So God help you. Anyway, thank you. That's me. I'm off my soapbox now. I hope that wasn't a rant. It's not intended to be a rant. It's an observation. But I think there are some lessons we can learn. So I'm told Lynn's given me a list today of things I've got to do, and it includes mowing the lawn, and I've got to wash the dogs again. Poor things have been washed every 2 days. Don't know what's hit them. And I've got to clean one of the cars apparently, and I'm going shopping tomorrow, and we're just battening down the hatches and being nice to each other. But going right back to the start of this conversation, there's a lot of pressure on people right now. Legitimately, you can see it happening. When that pressure applies, if there's tension and stress there, if you think you're in any danger, get help. Reach out. There's help there for everybody, and be safe with each other, and be safe when you're at home as well. So I will speak to you tomorrow on Friday. Another daily video coming out. It's quite a long one. I'll do a short one tomorrow for you. Anyway, I hope that was of interest. I hope it was helpful. Have a great day, and I wish you all the best. Stay safe. Wash those hands. 2 meters away from people if you have to go out, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye for now.